Okay.
Good afternoon. Today we are going to discuss about the design thinking concept in the wireless communications. Suppose if we are taking an Wi-Fi, so what are all the advantages in the Wi-Fi and what are all the disadvantages we are having in the Wi-Fi and how we are going to implement in the public cities. So suppose if we are going for many number of users, so some of the users are using only the mobile phones, so they can use their own data or with the help of the other they can communicate. So what are all the drawbacks in that? So how we are going to overcome and what are all the design thinking approaches we are going to see in this. So the first thing is we have to identify what are all the problem statements and how what are all the challenges they are facing while using the connections. Here we are relating this into 5 stages. So already we know that what are all the 5 stages in the design thinking concept. So we can explain one by one.
So before getting into the topic, we will see what is design thinking. So design thinking is a user-centric approach where we will think from a user's point of view. So we are seeing the stages. The stages in design thinking have been divided into 5 types: empathy, define, ideate, prototype and test. So today we are going to see about empathy. The problem statement of ours is to optimize Wi-Fi using frequency reuse in modern and city areas. So while getting the empathy from the people, people expect to be it is cost efficient and scalable, and the bandwidth should be normal range, and where it should be efficient way to transfer the information.
So let's talk about the define part. So before entering into the define part, we must be know what is define. So in the empathy part, we are collecting n number of problem statements. So from the n number of problem statements, we are going to select one or two problem statements as a major problem statement. So that process is known as define. So in this problem, we are choosing network overlapping. For example, if you are using Wi-Fi, there are like two Wi-Fi coverages are maybe overlap with each other. So the second one is scalability. We have to enlarge the Wi-Fi. For example, we have to increase the number of users in the Wi-Fi. If the current is 1 to 50, we have to increase it to 300 or 400 like that.
Next ideate part. In ideate part, we use frequency reuse concept, which propose a cellular grid Wi-Fi model with the hexagonal zones for reducing the interference and AI powered routers to
How to avoid the interference as Harish mentioned. So the main purpose is to minimize the interference. We are going for one of the technique which is nothing but frequency reuse. Frequency reuse it is nothing but the neighboring cells that can be occupied with the same cell. So we are going to differentiate into various types, that is co-channel and all. So the main purpose, what we are seeing in this frequency reuses in order to avoid the interference.
Next stage is prototype stage. As for the prototype stage, we need to create a small scalable prototype which we should test in our busy urban places. With the Wi-Fi routers, like the Wi-Fi routers with the AI-based on frequency switching, and wireless dashboards that tells about the networks aspect, other aspects, various parameters, and the final one is an application that recommends users to, based on their needs, usages, about the recommendation of the networks that are available. This this prototype should be tested in various places with various density places, like for example the public park and the center of the cities, etc. Or get a real-time simulation.
Okay, next is testing. So before entering into the topic, we will see what is testing. So testing is nothing but we will give the our models to the users and we will get the user feedback. So in our case study, the feedback we received is the users experienced 30% lower, 30% higher frequencies, and the Wi-Fi connectivity is more in our project.
So we have seen using design thinking approach how to optimize Wi-Fi using frequency reuse methods. So how we are correcting the problem from the main users, and what are the methods to mitigate and deploy Wi-Fi using frequency reuse methods. Thank you.